Welcome, Sens Talk. Sens win 5-0 over the Pittsburgh Penguins thanks to this beauty right here. Leevi Meriläinen getting career NHL shutout victory number 1 of his NHL career. A fantastic 30-save performance for Leevi Meriläinen. Look at that smile. I'd be smiling if I was him too. I mean, my goodness, in that first period of play, he had to take on 4 power plays against Carlson, against Letang, against Malkin, against Crosby. The list goes on, and he stopped all the shots he faced, calmed the waters, and Ottawa took care of the rest there, especially in that first half of the game. What a wild first half. My goodness. So, Leevi Meriläinen, fantastic performance. 30 saves, 6 of which were on high danger chances. But most of all, he made the tough saves look easy, and the easy saves look so effortless. What a night there for Leevi. And again, 6 high danger stops for him. But most of all, he steadied the waters. And we have not had that the last few games. Going to this game, Ottawa has lost 4 in a row, 6 out of their last 7. We needed a goaltender to shut the door and get a win. This guy did it for us easily tonight. I mean, my goodness, what a night for him. And, we're already going to hear the rumors. We're already going to hear the chatter. Should he start tomorrow against Dallas? We'll see. I mean, Dallas is on a back-to-back. I say, why not? He's a young goalie. Ride the hot hand. We're finally winning. It's been some time since we've actually won a game, and decisively in that. So I say ride the hot hand, but if they go back with Forsberg, I get it as well. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyways, let's talk about the game. So as I kind of briefly mentioned, that first half of the game was absolutely wild. I mean, Alex Nedeljkovic, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. I mean, it was unbelievable how he was getting into it with, of course, Nick Cousins, Cole Reinhardt. I mean, him and Reinhardt were going back and forth. Look at your screen right now. There was a funny moment there early in the game where Reinhardt is driving to the net. Letang's there to get like a late hit, but he bodies him instead. Kind of humbled Chris Letang, threw him into the net like it's a puck going in for a goal. Nedeljkovic did not like that, putting on his best Jordan Binnington performance. Tripped him up after. There was a huge scrum. And I mean, look, that was not the only chippy part of that first period of play. I mean, that first period, there was literally a line brawl. Nick Cousins and Bunting were getting into it. Reinhardt was all over it tonight. My goodness. It's too bad he got hurt with an upper body injury. He didn't play for like half the game. He left midway through, which really does suck. And hopefully he's okay. But my goodness, what a performance from the bottom 6 tonight in terms of just being the biggest pests you've ever seen. And I guess it makes sense after that extension yesterday for Ridley Gregg, who also got into the action on that side of things. So it was really awesome to see the Sens really play a chippy game and a gritty game and a pesky game, but most of all, a physical game. And they did all that right off the jump. I mean, my goodness, right out of the gate. They were flying. They came to play. They meant business. They were not going to leave Pittsburgh without the 2 points tonight. You could tell from the beginning they wanted to respond after, frankly, you all saw my video. I was there, front row seats. I had a front row view of an embarrassing 4-0 loss to the Buffalo Sabres the other day. They corrected that, and they corrected that big time today against Pittsburgh. So let's talk about who scored today for Ottawa. So in that first period, we literally saw 3 goals for Ottawa. The Clev bomb, Tyler Clevin got things started with a bomb from the point, his second career NHL goal. After that, it was Shane Pinto in the bumper on the power play. They make it 2-0 Sens. That's not the last you'll hear of Shane Pinto, by the way. Hint, hint. But a beautiful goal there for Shane Pinto. Pinner on the bumper spot. That's huge for him. He's been struggling as of late to produce. That's a big one for him for sure. And then the cap off the first period of play. Shane Pinto, shorthanded, beats Nedeljkovic. He's just standing there like an idiot. He didn't even know how to respond to that. Didn't even move. Picks his corner. Beats him blocker side. Perfect shot. Picture perfect by Shane Pinto. They give Ottawa a 3-0 commanding lead after 20 minutes of play. Shane Pinto with that goal is the first Ottawa Senator since legend Milan Michalek in 2012 to score a power play and shorthanded goal. The shorty being that third goal late in the first I just spoke about in a period. Of course, again, the first Senator to do so since Milan Michalek in 2012. So a little bit of history there for Shane Pinto, which is awesome to see. We move on to the second period of play, and what's really interesting about the second period is early on here in the second period of play is Ottawa got a power play late. in the first period. They didn't touch up. It was still a delayed penalty. So a full 2-minute power play to go into the second period of play. So 2 minutes right off the bat on the power play. And Ottawa capitalized. Big scramble, as Dean Brown loves to say. Huge scramble out front. And Ottawa took care of business there. You can watch the replay. Look at your screen right now. Josh Norris doing his best hungry hippo impression. Gets that puck out. A nice little feed over to the Drake. Drake Batherson, who desperately needed that. He roofs it to make it 4-0 Ottawa. That's Batherson's first goal in 10 games. Again, desperately needed that one as Ottawa leads by 4, but why not make it 5? 5-0 Sanders. Tim Stützle, what a heads-up play. I can't believe it. Usually the ref would blow the whistle there early. Ottawa, they are very familiar with early whistles. We've seen Ottawa get screwed multiple times from goals because of early whistles. Not tonight. You saw it there on that 4th, and you see it here on the 5th. Great heads-up play by Tim Stützle. I was watching this game with my buddy Noah Luden. Shout out to him, Sens Talk OG. And, you know, we literally saw the stop by Nedeljkovic. We looked the other way. We didn't think, we thought it was going to commercial break. We looked back a second later, suddenly the goal light's going off on TSN. So, again, shout out to Tim Stützle. Faked us out even here when we had a 4K view of what was happening. So, great heads-up play there for Timmy Stu, who needed that as well. He's been struggling as of late, has not scored in a few games in a row. So, massive goal there for Tim Stützle and the Ottawa Senators as they go into the third period of play, up by 5, and they take care of business. Again, the big part of this game was the first half. You saw a line brawl. You saw a lot of fights. You saw Cole Reinhardt and Nedeljkovic get into it. But once Ottawa was up 5-0, Elvis left the building long ago. They took full command of this game. Sure, the Penguins outshot us by a bit. We really just, sit back and kind of just play defensively. But when you got a guy like this, Leevi Meriläinen, it makes sense because he was doing his job all night and doing his job rather easily. Again, 6 high-danger chances he had to stop. There was a couple of chances where definitely they could have scored, especially there in that first period with the flurry of power plays. 4 power plays, in that first period of play alone. 6 in total, so in the game. So he had an incredible performance, but also shout out to the Ottawa Senator special teams. The penalty kill, brilliant today. Penalties were flying left, right, and center. They killed all of them. In the power play, they got a huge goal there. They make it 2-0 Pinto in that first period of play. So you get a shorthanded goal, you got a power play goal. This was the special teams game and the Leevi Meriläinen game and the Shane Pinto game. Frankly, it was a dominant game for your Ottawa Senators as they get a massive victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins. We're battling with the Penguins. We're battling with the Habs. We're battling with Columbus, a bunch of other teams. The wild card race is so tight right now. If we would have lost this game, we would have been 5 points out of a playoff spot with 2 games in hand. Win those 2 games, we're still out of a playoff spot. With this regulation win, which is key. Regulation win, we're only 1 point out of a playoff spot. We have multiple games in hand on Boston and Tampa, 2 games in hand, I believe, or maybe just one game in hand. But we do have games in hand on Columbus, and we are tied with Montreal for games in hand. So, again, got to win, keep this going. But, again, a massive victory to keep up in the standings, and more so against a team that we're chasing right now in the standings. So, with that, see what happens tomorrow against Dallas. I start this guy. But I wouldn't be shocked if we see Forsey, especially since Leevi started against Dallas just about a week or so ago and lost that one. Wasn't his fault by any means, but wouldn't shock me if they change things up. But also wouldn't shock me if they start this guy because, again, he absolutely deserved it. But, again, what a night there for Ottawa from beginning to end. They came to play. They came hungry. They did not want to follow up, frankly, one of the more pitiful performances we've seen all year with a lackluster performance tonight, and let's just say they took care of business in a big way. So see if the Ottawa Senators can take care of business tomorrow again. Honestly, 2 points today. As long as we get a point tomorrow, 3 out of 4 at the minimum. Very good with that. Hopefully we could get 4 out of 4 though. So with that, I'll be back here at youtube.com/SensTalk to break it all down for you tomorrow as usual. So with that, I'll see you all soon. Go Sens go. Not bad, huh?
Go Sens go, you know what I'm saying?